just wanted to say hi to Columbus, Ohio, and just really thankful for this marvelous event, just for being able to celebrate many women outside of the event with my sister Jody. We're here today. We're excited for this day, the celebration. We're excited what God is doing, and it's going to be an awesome day celebrating this wonderful woman of God. Right. So I want to celebrate with us.
Treasurer, but I'm so glad to be passing that job on to somebody. I'm going to be sitting next to my mom, Maureen Lyons. She is the founder of Phenomenal Women Inc. And she had surgery on her shoulder this week, and she just wasn't able to make it. So I'll be sitting in for her. And I want to welcome you to our 2015 Phenomenal Women of the Year Award to be honoring Andrea Gibson today. And we're so glad that you took time out of your day to be here. In just a few short years, Phenomenal Women Inc. will celebrate its 20th anniversary. We started back in 1997, and we've been serving the community with our time and talents. We've grown over the years, and right now we're a strong group of women that are just out there trying to make change. I also want to introduce to you today our MC. You may recognize her face. She is Liz Adiola. She is a digital journalist reporter for WCMH NBC 4i in Columbus, Ohio. Prior to moving to Central Ohio, Liz was a weekend anchor in Central Illinois at the WAND Storm Center 17. She moved to Illinois from Texas, where she anchored, reported, and produced for KOSA, while in the Minorities in Broadcast Journalism program. Liz obtained a Bachelor of Arts degree in Broadcast Journalism and a minor in Political Science. During her senior year at ASU, she filed
Incorporated is dedicated to celebrating Miss Andrea Gibson. Andrea, thank you for giving us this chance to give you long overdue praise. We hope you enjoy this afternoon's dedication. We would also like to thank our vendors who are supporting this event today. They're right here in the corner, so say hello to them when you get a chance. The two beautiful ladies in red, black, and gold that you see with their hands raised. You guys raising your hands? Raffle seller tickets, raise your hands. Those ladies, be sure to stop by the raffle table throughout the luncheon, and please keep will support the Althea Gibson Scholarship, which funds scholarships for two deserving Columbus City High School seniors, $500 each year. The winning tickets will be announced just before the closing of the program, and you have to be here to win, so no sneaking out trying to beat the rain. We will now hear from a phenomenal woman in her own right. Please welcome spoken word artist Naki Acrobeto, hopefully I said that correctly, who will be followed by Phenomenal Woman Incorporated President Sharon Irving. Thank you.
Birthed by God is greatness, bathed in our water, created with patience. In my past life, I created a clan and bore sons who were leaders and daughters who were spiritual healers. They ran miles to gather the villages and prayed and made pilgrimages. We were stars amongst the multiverse, shining, fiery, bright, passionate, comedic, connected souls, spirits that flow.
Hello, my name is Jody Mancuso. I'm the director of Awaken Women of Excellence in Columbus, Ohio. I am glad to be here on this wonderful day to celebrate Andrea Gibson, who is the founder of Awaken Women of Excellence. We are here to celebrate a day of a phenomenal woman of God, a leader here in Columbus. I'm excited to see what is about to go forward. We do so many things here in the city as far as even international, as working with children from ages 3 to 17, working with women, working with young men. This is a great day. This is a
time that we are going to celebrate this awesome woman who has dedicated her life to helping others, just doing so much in the city. It is long overdue, and I'm excited to be beside this wonderful woman who have even guided me, taught me so many things, even passing the mantle over me now being the director of her organization in which she founded 27 years ago. Can you believe it? She has done so many wonderful things, and I'm so glad to be a part of this day to celebrate her. A lot of times we don't get celebrated, but we know we are already celebrated because God has ordained this day for her to be acknowledged. So we are here at the Confluence Park with all these wonderful women and men. We're going to sit back, we're going to enjoy what is going on, what's going forth, and I just thank God that I'm able to be a part of it. It's a beautiful day, it's raining outside, but nevertheless, God woke us up this morning. I'm just so excited to be a part of this organization that just, we're on the move. We're on the move for God. We got dynamic things coming up. We've done so many things just to bless the children of God, to bring them to God. You know, that's the first and foremost. But I'm excited. If you can't tell that I'm excited, I am excited. And I'm just glad to be a part of this. I've learned so much from this wonderful woman. And she's so much wisdom. She has so much knowledge that she can just instill in us. And she is an asset. And God has blessed us with one dynamic woman, Andrea Gibson, founder of Awakened Women of Excellence. God bless.
Hello, I'm Charlita Tavares. I'm the state senator for Franklin County, and I'm here to honor and recognize my friend Andrea Gibson for her phenomenal work that she's doing in our community. What I'm most proud about is her input into our young people. She has focused her attention on grooming and mentoring and making great, strong men and women, young girls and young boys in our community, and we will hear from some of them today. She's a phenomenal woman who's being recognized by Phenomenal Women, Inc. She has awakened the women of excellence and has imparted her dedication, her determination, and her love and wisdom into our young women.
Well, this is my second time helping out at the Phenomenal Women Luncheon, and it is always great to see so many women in the community who are empowering other African American women to do better and to excel and to exceed. We need those voices. We need those people sharing what they've gone through and how they've come to where they are right now. It is such an inspiration, and I am so excited to meet Andrea Gibson, and I think that the work that she's been doing in the community has helped save so many lives and encourage so many African American women that it's a blessing. It really is a blessing that someone like that, God is using her in the community to help change lives, and we need more people like Andrea to do just that. I'm very, very excited about today, and I'm excited to see what Phenomenal Women is going to do next in the community. This is Columbus's Black Girls Rock, and all of these women are phenomenal, and they rock.
3, 2, 1, go.
Hello, my name is Chandra Reeder, and I'm so excited to be here today at the Phenomenal Women Luncheon honoring Mrs. Andrea Gibson. Andrea Gibson is such a fabulous woman. She does so much work in the community, and I'm so excited to have had the opportunity to work with her. She's a youth advocate, she's a women's rights person, and she really loves what she does in the community. She's made such an impact in the community, impacting, imparting, and awakening women and families to rise to their fullest potential within. She's had such a dramatic effect on my life, and I truly am so glad to be here today to honor her for this wonderful award she's receiving as the 2015 Woman of the Year. I thank God for her. I thank God for her accomplishments and all that she's doing for the Columbus community. I thank God that she's a part of my life, and I appreciate her so much. But I'm so honored to be here today to honor and celebrate her again as the 2015 Woman of the Year. She is a phenomenal woman. She truly is a woman of excellence.
I met Andrea in 1997 when she was moving from Springfield, Ohio to Columbus, Ohio. We were at a cookout that her mother was holding. Her name was Tony. And Andrea has been involved in my life since 1997. I have seen her. She's, with our busy lives, we don't talk every day or every month or even every year. But she sends me emails and letters about what she's doing. And I remember back in 2001 when she started Awakening Women of Excellence. And then I would hear her on the radio trying to empower women and empower kids and empower the world. And then recently, as of about probably 2 years ago, we started going to Bible study with her. She is not phenomenal because she outreaches to the community and has done numerous things for kids and kids camps. She's phenomenal because she has dreams. And not only does she have dreams, she strives for her dreams. And I really appreciate her power and her strength and her courage.
Follow along as I read her bio in the program. State Senator Charlotta Tavares was elected to serve Ohio's 15th Senate District in November of 2000.
Do a couple updates. Since that bio was written, I have since left the statewide organization, the Multi-Ethnic Advocates for Cultural Competence. I was recruited away because of my love and passion for healthcare. And so now I'm the Neighborhood Health Center, our largest and first federally qualified healthcare system in Central Ohio. I'm proud of that because I'm going to be able, Andrea, to continue my work to ensure that services, health and services are provided in a culturally and linguistically appropriate way so that we can get the best outcomes for our individuals and families throughout our community, because we know when we receive care that's appropriate for who we are, we're going to get better health outcomes. So I'm very proud of that new position and look forward to continuing to work with all of you in that new capacity. I am also very honored that I was asked to be the keynote speaker today, and I'm going to be brief because I truly felt a connection with Andrea and the work that she's doing to lift up our children. As my bio was read, I spent a lot of time on public policy and issues to protect the health and safety of children in our community. It's important to me because children didn't ask to be here. They're brought into the world and sometimes they're left. They're brought into the world and sometimes they're abused. They're brought into the world and sometimes they're left to fend for themselves. And as adults, that is our first responsibility. We have to do for the children first before we do for ourselves. And all of you who are parents know that good parents do for their children first because they know that that's their responsibility. So I thank all of you for lifting up and selecting certainly the Women of Phenomenal Women, Inc., Ms. Lyons, the organizer and founder, and Ms. Reeves and Ms. Robinson, thank you very much for the work that you're doing to recognize women who are doing phenomenal work, and for recognizing my friend, Andrea Gibson, for the work that she's doing. I want to give her a round of applause now. You know, the message I want to share today is around this love of self so that we can love our people. And if we love our people, we can love others. Now, a lot of times people think it's selfish when we love ourselves. But if we don't love ourselves as individuals, as women, as people of color, then how can we expect to love our people if we don't love ourselves? Because how we treat ourselves is going to be reflected in how we treat the people who we should love. First, our own people, and then everyone else. You know, I like to take a page out of my brothers and sisters of the Jewish faith, because they are very clear. They do for themselves and their people first before they contribute or do for others. There's nothing wrong with that. That shows the love of yourself and your people. So then you can give to others. I don't trust people who don't love their own people first. Because why should you expect that they're going to love somebody else as much as they love themselves or their own people? What I see out of Andrea and Ms. Jonet is that they love the children of our community. They love themselves, which is what they should do, because that means they respect themselves. They're holding themselves up as respected, proud, God-fearing women who are the kind of women that we want our young girls to emulate. That's really important, because they're not doing anything to shed a negative light on a strong, in this case, African-American woman who wants to do what's right for herself and what's right for children. That's important because she is imparting that through the work that she does with Awakened Women of Excellence and Young People in Motion and all of the organizations that she has started. She is demonstrating through the work that she's doing to these young people that you can lift others up and help other people while at the same time helping yourself. Helping yourself to stay grounded and to be a God-loving, a humanity-loving person. because that's what she is. The young women who shared their beautiful poetry talked about being a gift to humanity. And I believe that Andrea Gibson is a gift to humanity. She is giving of herself when she doesn't have to. You know, nobody has to volunteer. Nobody has to go out during the week and in the evenings and on weekends and spend time with children that aren't their own. No one has to do that. But she does it out of love. And that's what people who love themselves and who love the person that God made them, that's what they do. They give to others because that's also giving back to them. She is a woman that I think all of us should look up. And that's why Phenomenal Women, Inc. is celebrating her with this luncheon today. She is the person that they have selected to be recognized as the Phenomenal Woman of the Year. I want all of us to not only recognize Andrea, but the women of Phenomenal Women, Inc. Because they didn't have to do this. They didn't have to spend their time year-round not only identifying women that they might want to honor, but also recognizing how we have to lift up women within our community so that they can continue to do the work that they're doing. Because it sometimes gets hard. You know, we all have challenges in our life. We all have family issues in our life. We have day-to-day work grind in our life. And so these are women who wanted to use their skills and talents to lift up other women. That is beautiful. And young women, this is something I hope that you take in, because there's too much tearing down of each other. This organization is about building up women. There's too much negative on the television and in the movies and in the videos and on the radio about negative words and actions towards women. These are women that are showing each other that we're going to lift you up and we're going to celebrate who you are and whose you are, and that every woman can be lifted up, whether they get an award or not. Every woman has something to celebrate. And we have to see that good in her. We have to see that God in her. We have to see that potential in her. And that's why I'm so honored that Andrea is being recognized today, because she does see the good in everyone. She tries to find that spark that she can just kind of impart a little bit on, you know, blow a little bit of her goodness on so that it can burst into the flame of a truly phenomenal person, whether it's a young man or if it's a young woman. So I thank Phenomenal Women, Inc. for inviting me today. I thank you for what you're doing for our community. I thank you most importantly of what you're doing for the women of our community. Because remember, women, we're more than 50% of the population. Little that is known that we're that strong of an influence on the communities of Central Ohio and throughout the state. We just have to be in positions throughout the state so that we can use our skills and talents to lift up the community even more. We've got the talent, we just have to make sure we take our rightful places in all aspects of our community. And so I look forward to hearing more from our young women. You did an outstanding job with your spoken word, your poetry. I thank you. Continue with your love of your art, because as I said, each of us have skills and talents. Just use what God gave you to give back to the world, and the world will give back to you. God bless you, and thank you all.
Good afternoon. Oh, come on, we find phenomenal. Good afternoon. presented this award to, and actually made me a mother of the church. I was one of those willing workers who work behind the scenes and do whatever the pastor asked them to do. Because I think at that time, I had basically said, I'll do whatever you want me to do, but don't make me an officer. That's what I had told them continually. But as time went by, as you work, positions and titles come to you. And that's what has happened with Mrs. Gibson, in the same role. She started off on the altar staff as a little girl, and she rose to a national level, being a sacred sister in the church. And she would go all across the United States to different churches and conventions and learning leadership skills. And one of the things that we would have workshops at our church where we taught children leadership skills, because we were looking for them to be leaders of tomorrow. And we strongly believed in our future, and our future comes from children. And if we don't train children when they're young, we don't give them exposure, we don't give them opportunities, then these things can't come to them. And so as she began to travel throughout the United States, meeting other girls who were on the same path that she was on, it gave her exposure to people from different states, different cities, different backgrounds, social economic backgrounds, and it gave her opportunity to reach forward and do something greater than just this little girl in this small city called Springfield, Ohio. So here she is here in Columbus, and she's still reaching out, she's still traveling, she's still going across the United States, but most importantly, she's working in the community where she lives to do what she can for children in this community. There is a bio they have a PowerPoint presentation that they have put together, and we want you to pay close to that. But also inside of your program, we have the bio, and there's just so many exciting things that she has done in her life, in her young life. You know, sometimes, you know, we don't accomplish everything we desire until we're up in age, but when we're younger and we start working, that prepares and develops and places you in situations. It places you in high places, you know, so I am deeply honored by this. Let's watch this PowerPoint first before we present this award.
Hello, my name is Jody Mancuso, the director of Awaken Women of Legacy, where we aim to impact and work in awaken women to rise to the full potential within.
Or where you're coming from. So with this, without any further ado, I would like for you to recognize Mrs. Andrea Gibson as she comes forward, and we prepare to present her with this phenomenal woman of the year.
It's all emotions right there.
And we also have a certificate, which I'm going to read before I present it. Certificate of recognition. We hereby recognize Andrea Gibson as the 2015 Phenomenal Woman of the Year for her significant contributions to the Columbus community on the 25th day of April, year of 2015, Phenomenal Women Inc. founder, Maureen Lyons.
Mommy Collier or Mommy, and I was thinking about those Mama's little baby like shortbread cookies. I don't know why that song is in my head, but she would make the best cookies.
And I know you're going to say, what is she up here talking about cookies? Because being a woman of excellence is a woman of substance, and having that in you, we all have that. And I want to thank the phenomenal committee and Miss Robin. You know, Robin said we were going back and forth, and the many women that we were going back and forth, and I didn't have a problem with that, but I'm going to come back to the shortbread cookie. But it was such an amazing journey, because how many of you know that when someone does something for you, it's easy for some of us to receive, but I had to get involved with the mission, and I didn't want to get involved in taking over the Phenomenal Women program. But when you're here to do much more, much is required, much given, much required, and I'm just so thankful for that opportunity to have been able to meet and talk with you over the phone and meeting you, basically, just interacting, because I did not know you, but through this experience, I know that she is a woman of excellence. She is a phenomenal woman, and she is a sister in my heart. But so you need some shortbread cookies. So yeah, Jerry knows how to make those. But on a serious note, I'd like to thank the Women of Excellence for being here. I'd like to thank my directress, Jody Mancuso, who has traveled this road in this city along with myself and stepping up and being the director of the organization, and also working with the children, many children in Columbus, Ohio. I'd like to thank Ms. Chandra Reeder, who's a partner with us with all the lovely things and all the PowerPoints and things that you've seen. She's worked diligently alongside of us as we take on the task of impacting, imparting, and awakening young people and women to grow to the fullest potential within. I'd like to thank my family for being here. My son's birthday is today, and I said, how excellent that his birthday landed on a day as this. And to see his friends come from college and people come from all around celebrating him and celebrating us together, there's nothing like a bond, I say, with a mother and a son. And but we do have daughters too, but our sons, there's nothing like that when they stand up and they become the kings and they become the spokespersons for the village, because it takes a village to raise a child. And I'm just so grateful for those young people celebrating what they're celebrating. I'd like to thank my aunts and family here that have come out and just to celebrate, just to see and just to witness. It's not just for me, but for you too. And I just can't say enough for Senator Tavares. Senator Tavares. I can't say enough about that. They're not only representing our city, our state, but representing our country and our nation, and also representing a sister. I don't just say that just to show off, so don't get mad, don't hate. But I just want you to understand she's a sister to my heart, because we have the same belief. You know, you surround yourself with goodness. You surround yourself with positive. And Jerry told me, can't is dead. You can't. Don't use can't in your vocabulary. It doesn't belong in your vocabulary, because the Bible says I can do all things through Christ that strengthens me. So I'm more than a conqueror, and I'm standing on the promises of God. And so when I stepped in and I seen her and she came, it's not that we're just here, it's raining outside, but how many of you know into some life some rain must fall, because after the rain, new strength you will gain. So we have to hold on to the promises of God and understand that we're more than conquerors. And so I am just so delighted. I'm grateful. I cannot say enough, and I'd like to thank all those who've come in to just celebrate this time. Celebrate each other, get to know each other, and not just like, hello, how are you in passing, but know the work and the opportunities that are there for you. So I appreciate the young people. Congratulations on your award. That you got to know that you can do all things through Christ that strengthens you. This is just not the first and this is not the last, but this is just the beginning for you to take this nation by storm. And so I can only say that we have a purpose. We have a point to make, and we will do it as long as we continue to strive on the standing on the promises of God. And so I'm thankful, I'm overwhelmed, I love you all, and that by all these things that we do, the only way that we'll know each other is through the love as the disciples of Christ. And I'm not trying to preach, but I'm just trying to say, remember that. And through love, and through that you can attain and conquer all things. And I appreciate the honor. I'm thankful for Miss Marilyn Lyons, she's not here today, but we talked and we chatted and we had a good time celebrating. And I'd like to thank, back to the shortening bread, Miss Jerry Collier, who took the time out as I was a child growing and going through various different things as we do, but having the patience, having the patience as a child and having patience with an adult, but not always acting as an adult, but being there and watching the steps and providing an opportunity to be able to excel and take the word that's inside of you, not only just keep it in this box, but take it to the world, that you can conquer and that you can do. I can, I will, and I shall be a winner. I can overcome all obstacles in life. No one can retard my progress, for I am God within. The door of opportunity is open for me now, and all I have to do is to step into it. So as a child, maybe she never understood that, but carrying that, I am here to uplift the fallen humanity. I am here, and I am God's goodness. So I thank you today for this honor, phenomenal women. Continue to celebrate, continue to move forward. I don't take it lightly. And however, I represent you as this year's woman of the Phenomenal Woman of the Year. Please let me know if there's anything that we can do or anything how we need to collaborate. And thank you all for being here this afternoon, and thank you for just bringing the joy. Senator Tavares for being here today, and we do have some flowers for you that I'd like to present to you. Okay, at this time, another reason why we're here is to raise money for young people who want to do bigger and better things with their lives, and particularly through the pursuit of higher education. So I am going to ask Dana Reed, who is our fundraising guru of the day, to come up and announce our raffle winners. Good luck.
Hello, everybody. So we've sold lots of tickets. We're going to do a last call. Any last ticket purchasers in the house? Is there?
She wants to be in the
I know, we got one with her. Y'all, I'm sure somebody has to do
one.
Okay, we'll have it for you.
Thank you.
Oh, I blinked. I'm sorry I blinked everybody.
I'm sorry, little fella.
Okay.
Get up. It's a nice
Put in my newsletter. Miss Collier, could you come one in the picture? She's in on you.
Straight up.
that I did already? Okay, I want to see it. Okay.
Rhea, through her mother, became my best friend. And I seen her grow up and develop into a sweet young lady. And I'm so proud of her. And right now, her mother couldn't be here, so I'm representing her mother.
That's good.
Come on,
Thank you.
Cookie, you gotta get.